Good morning and welcome to CBL News. I'm Brianna and this is my co-anchor Cynthia. We are here to update you about the latest world news, stocks, and weather. To begin this broadcast, we will update you on the news from Nigeria. On April 14th, a small army invaded a girls' school in northern Nigeria. The contingent was part of the Islamic guerrilla faction called Boko Haram, a name that translates as Western education is forbidden. The terrorist group's leader, Abu Bakr Shekau, has threatened to sell the girls into slavery or marry them off to Boko Haram members, which would be just another form of slavery. President Obama condemned the abductions and has sent a military and law enforcement team to Nigeria to help in the rescue effort. In a quest to enforce strict Islamic law, Boko Haram has murdered thousands of Muslims and Christians, including 300 people gunned down in a market just days ago. Bring Back Our Girls has been a popular slogan around the world to create awareness and gain support.
Wow, now that's some heartbreaking news. Now on a brighter note, we have this upcoming week's forecast with our weather woman, Liz.
Thank you, Brianna and Cynthia in the studio. As you can tell, this week is going to be a hot one. It's going to be somewhere in between the 80s and the 90s. So we're graying out that sunscreen, but don't worry, the nights are going to be cool. It's going to be somewhere between the 60s and the 70s, so you can snuggle up with your blanket, don't worry. That's all. Back to you guys in the studio.
Looks like it's time to break out the sunscreen and swimsuits so we can hit the beach. Now let's take a look at what's going on with the stocks at the New York Stock Exchange.
ICE shares today fell 4.8%, the most since November 2011, to $192.14, following the quarterly report. The company posted earnings excluding some items of $2.60 a share, missing the average analyst estimate of $2.61 a share, the first shortfall in 2 years according to data compiled by Bloomberg. Live at the New York Stock Exchange, we have Liz interviewing Alex Cram, an analyst at UBS AG, regarding this stock.
Thank you, Brianna and Cynthia. Here I am with Alex Cram. So, what are your thoughts about the fall of the ICE shares?
The company's updated guidance is disappointing at first glance, with operating expenses moving higher.
Well, there you have it, folks, from the man himself. Back to you guys in the studio.
ICE forecasts its expenses will rise in the current quarter and said revenue from technology services, trading license fees, and other services will trail analysts' estimates.
Moving on, we have news about the scandal occurring at Subway. Subway CEO Fred DeLuca said this week there's no excuse for workers being paid improperly. From 2000 to 2013, Subway stores racked up more than 17,000 Fair Labor Standard Act violations, including failure to pay its employees the proper overtime rate, according to our analysis of data collected by the Department of Labor, Wages, and Hour Division. Fred DeLuca, Subway CEO, doesn't believe that the headline is accurate. The article stated that CNN was discussing wage violations at the store level. Because there are so many stores, it has an impact on how many violations there are. If there are less stores, there would be smaller number of violations. There are a lot of first-time business people entering the business in Subway and may not be as refined in what to do. So a few years ago, Subway started working with the Department of Labor to partner with them to help instruct the owners on the right thing to do. Now we have the latest about the hot air balloon accident.
Officials have identified all 3 people killed in the hot air balloon fire and crash at a Virginia festival. They are the 65-year-old pilot, Daniel Kirk, and 2 passengers, Natalie Lewis, 24, and Virginia Doyle, 44. Both Lewis and Doyle were members of the University of Richmond women's basketball program. Authorities still don't know what caused the balloon to drift to the power lines, catch fire, and crash Friday night. Police and the National Transportation Safety Board are investigating. There is no inclement weather at the time. Officials don't believe those conditions played a role in the crash.
There you have it, folks. That's all for today. Tune in next time for the latest and greatest news live from CBL. Stay classy, Lakewood.